Hello and welcome to the House of Vizsla, where we talk anything and everything Star Wars. I'm here with Echo and Fives. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
I, I can't complain. I'm doing great as well.
Nice.
Guess what? I can use the Force.
Really? What? What?
Whoa.
No way. Wow. Kudos to you.
Now, my mic's just on a boom arm. But,
And
s- s-
one
ep-
day though, one day.
Acolyte Skeleton Crew episode
Did not
4
mention that.
came out today, a couple hours ago. So we are trying to get
There.
a review on it today because we'll forget about it because we are on break. So, um,
Why is it hiding? I can't really give a thumbs up.
if you're if you're doing any
Wow.
hand gestures, you want to make sure it's like inside.
They're right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
If they're out here, it's like it doesn't quite catch it.
So,
yeah.
episode 4 came
I think
Anyways,
out.
it's fun.
It was called you. I forget what it was called. I should really make show notes.
yeah, we should like prepare more.
It was called.
It was called
I can't
Camp.
can't say I remember. No,
Yes,
and
which is the what SN33 says,
mhm.
and
yes.
we'll talk about that.
Um, and that episode is
It's like 36 minutes long or something.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's 38, including all the credits.
Yeah, nice.
This
Which, by the
episode
way,
is
the credits are worth watching.
um
So it's
directed
called.
by the Daniels, and it is
Yep.
written and by Chris Ford, John Watts, as normal. Um, and I think last episode we were talking about there's set of another set of writers coming up to do 5 and 6. Um, but
Yeah.
before we go into um, talking about
Rating it?
the episode, we are gonna rate it on
Yes,
the
sir.
Neil scale. There is Neil.
Jail.
He is cool.
Oh, yeah. Neil,
So,
my man.
what do you think about this episode
Um,
from the scale of um, scale of 1 to 10, 1
0
being the
to 10?
worst, 10 being the best?
All right. Uh, so I thought this episode was an improvement from the last episode. I really liked where the plot was going and the reveals they had in there. I don't know. So I'm gonna rate it an 8, which is higher than my last episode rating because I was impressed.
I would
Uh,
agree with that. It was also a cool film. I would rate it also a um, 8. It expanded on the story and more about the different planets that are
yeah.
hidden. More on that later.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to give it an 8 as well because it was an improvement over the last episode. None of the creatures in here seems like they would fit in more in the Harry Potter universe per se. Um, I did like what they were doing with the planet, but I feel like it could have been, I don't know if expanded upon is the right word,
Yeah,
or
because
improved.
yeah,
Yeah.
so far it's kind of vague. Like
Yeah.
not exactly vague, but just yeah, it could be improved for sure.
Well, I guess it does kind of give us the same uh, point of view, same information basically as what the kids get in the episode.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. So yeah. Um, so after adding up our scores and getting the average, we got a score of, well, is it? Got it of 8 Neils.
There you go. Wow,
The
that must have been hard to
highest
average, dude.
out of House of Vizsla so far. Like last episode, we mentioned that we have a Discord page. You should join it. Link in the description. But because we didn't have anyone join it, we couldn't ask them what they thought of the episode. So sadly,
Plus, not to mention, this is only a few hours after the
after
episode released.
yes,
So only people
Yeah.
like us who are going to review it are the people who stayed up to watch it.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Anyways.
so we can't give you your scores on it, sadly. So that means you should join
Mhm.
our Discord.
Exactly. Because
And it's free to
Simple solution.
join.
can be heard.
But
Mhm.
let's move on to favorite shot, favorite moment of the episode.
You want to go first, Tiger?
Yeah, I'll go first. I really enjoyed when Neil was talking with I forget the character.
Yeah. The the leader of the tribe, like his daughter. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Hina, I think.
Yeah, Hannah. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Hannah.
Who but Hella Finley plays her. But
Okay.
Neil was going through basically like, my planet, we don't have fights. The only fight I have been in, it was with my brother, and he won. And it shows the like difference of
The difference.
what a peaceful world is and what and what Earth should be like.
Yeah.
And where there is just peace, not we have to fight for our next meal or fight for the next thing. So
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna seem like I'm like copying you, but I mean that is one of the best shots like so far because they're forming a connection, even though they have differences,
yeah,
and it's it's just cool to see that. So I think that's also my favorite shot of the episode.
Yeah, and I don't really have a favorite shot per se. I just have like a few moments that I found kind of like funnier than the rest, such as when she grabs Neil's trunk to lead him off somewhere,
I know, right?
yes,
I was like,
or
hang on, what?
or else when sets his blaster all the way up, the most powerful, and just gets knocked back across the room. That's basically
Yeah.
just his personality. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
as well, I kind of enjoyed also the near the end, the basically halt to halt that um Fawn and Wim had about like, you should have been captain, and then Wim being like, I wouldn't have gotten us this far.
Yeah, so he's
You are,
actually acknowledging for once that she does better,
yeah,
which
I mean, she really does.
yeah. She's a better leader.
For all her faults, she is still a better leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something else too. Oh yeah, always go for the power switch for the droids. You would think they would learn that.
I know, right? Like
Yeah,
every
it,
other scenario where a droid is
malfunction is like
acting up.
destroy it, destroy it, destroy it. There's a simpler solution. I hope y'all realize that.
Yeah, and even like you could just use the force and and hit the power switch. You know what I mean? So he
Like
didn't
there's
even
no
have to
need
do that.
to fly up and destroy the entire droid mothership using a few
Exactly.
well-placed shots and a fair amount of plot armor.
Yes. I so um let's go into some of the like what basically quick this is what happened during
hmm
it. We get out um the skeleton crew just jumped out of hyperspace and they see this planet. And there's these
Yeah.
like ops kind of like research stations like planted all
hmm
around the planet and
And the kids
Well,
immediately recognize some houses and they're like, oh, over there, you know.
so one thing that I thought is, was that planet's version of the barrier? It just got broken somehow?
yeah.
hmm The autopilot thing you're saying?
No, like the stations that we saw all around the planet.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were
yeah,
set
yeah.
at regular intervals, just like the barrier on at.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
I
what? I wonder what happened to the barrier at Akron. That was a twister.
yes. And then all the and then when they landed um phone basically told Jod, stay with the
Oh
ship.
man. Yeah. This is yeah, I thought it was so funny.
Altu's
And
last
he
words from
listened.
Anakin Skywalker. Just stay with the ship.
I was going
Yeah.
to say he listened about as well as R2 did with Luke.
Yeah. Um Jod ended up
It,
stealing some credits that may or may not have been Wim's lunch money. Um
No one saw
and
that coming.
and
I know, right?
then
We did
what's and then SM33 was like this place is crazy. It's at Akron or something.
yeah.
I think that's what it was
And he's
called.
like
It was like
it
messing
reminds
with
me
his
of
memory circuits.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's where
Hmm.
that was like that's weird. The kids also
Yeah.
got like
And then he even mentioned
kidnapped by the one clan.
Hmm.
so like we have no idea what's going on so far because like the droid mentioned something about at Atten and he's like, I remember this, and then Jod questions him, and then he's like, I have no memory of it. Like,
Yeah.
so we're kind of confused.
And
Yeah.
then
And then,
Jod was like, "You're coming with me," and marches him outside. Um, and was surrounded by the other clan that was bad. Um, and
bad.
was basically like, "Hey, where are these kids?" and was able to like pirate his way out of the situation and save the
Yeah.
day. Um,
Coming out as the
Another
good
thing,
guy.
though, we don't actually know which clan was good, which clan was bad.
no,
Yeah, exactly.
from
All we
Because,
have
like,
it is from the perspective of the first clan, the kids.
yes,
yeah.
um, that live on top of the school of all things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is the biggest
So
building, so that makes sense.
And since they're all the same buildings, it makes, like, it definitely matches up with, like, all the same worlds, the
I,
lost worlds that are all created the same or
I,
something.
Which makes me wonder, were they all created to be the exact same, just like
Yeah.
what
a backup of a backup? Or
I
were they
Mm-hmm.
created the
um
same
I was
form
listening. I
to be
think I
different?
mentioned it last episode, but I watched the Resistance podcast on my way back home from college, and they were listening with the children. They were recording with Children of the Watch.
Yeah.
And they brought up, what if it was what if Sidious created these worlds and basically had them as like backups, because he knew stuff's gonna happen with the Republic or the Empire, and have a backup to generate quote unquote money for the First Order and later the Last Order, which we've
Well,
seen.
one thing with that idea, is Fern's grandmother, or Fern's mother, mentions when she was a young girl, meaning that there have been at least 3 generations of these planets.
Yes.
How old would Sidious have had to been to make the planets?
It could have been back in his center, like when he was coming up with his plan.
Yeah, it could have been.
Like,
but
do we know how long before Phantom Menace he was first elected senator? Because
It could have been way
it would,
before
it would
he
have had to
was.
been before
He
Phantom
was
Menace.
working with.
Yeah, for sure.
He was working with, Plagueis, and they were kind of coming up with a plan to destroy the Jedi once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind
I guess
of
that could have
is similar.
Yeah, there's some gray area in that, but like it could be a possibility.
So
yeah, I mean, it's probably the most plausible theory that I've heard so far.
And then another theory is, what if the Jedi set these up?
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Because of the issues that happened. And if you think about it, 3 generations back from that time was around Anakin's time. Because
no, that was only 1 generation back.
No.
Because no. This takes place when Luke and Leia are young adults.
So we don't know the age difference between Luke and Leia, Phone's mom, and them.
I mean, that's true.
He was older than her 20s, probably.
Yeah.
And then if this is also roughly the same time frame as
this takes place the same year as season 1 of The Mandalorian.
Season 1, it could also be a bit before. It's weird on the timeline of it, just because of how many seasons of The Mandalorian has happened between this.
True.
So it's around the same time.
9 ABY.
Jason Sundula is similar age to the Skeleton Crew. And he's technically... His parents were probably... They were young during the Clone Wars. So...
That's fair.
And then we don't... So
it would be most likely a generation before then, too.
Yes, which would have been... Anakin was roughly around that same time.
Yeah.
If not slightly later.
Yes.
If I'm understanding what you're saying correctly.
Yes. So, if they grew up on this planet, it could have been something the Jedi did as a safeguard from after Mandalorian Wars, or the Wars with the Jedi or something, and they hid it away. They have access to the archives. Dooku did it to Kamino.
right?
Um, but
Because
it's
you know what they say: if it's not in the archives, it doesn't exist.
but if you
Yeah.
if you think about it, um if Palpatine did it, they would have known the Republic failed and the Empire was created.
Unless, like you said, it was something he did maybe like in a on the side, basically.
Yes, but he
Mm-hmm.
would have still had to check up on these planets and take
Not
their money.
necessarily.
If
If
So, oh wait, legends. So, I believe it was second episode. It was mentioned that they paid with Old Republic credits,
Old
y-
Old Republic, which
which,
the New Republic is
well,
stated.
most people tend to refer to the New Republic as the New Republic. They
Yes.
refer to the Republic from the prequels as the Galactic Republic. The
mm,
Old Republic, according to Wikipedia, took place from 20, just about 25,000 BBY until about 1,000 BBY.
yeah.
So those planets would be quite old.
Which raises the yeah. So they might not have been Palpatine's
Um.
Yeah.
clan.
So this is what skeleton. I did a search. Reddit says, um, we are in the New Republic era. The Old Republic simply means pre-Empire Republic,
Mm,
which
Hmm.
includes the Clone Wars.
mm-hmm.
Because to
Interesting.
um yeah, Old Republic as the previous one, but it's also is but there also is the Old Republic setting from Knights of the Old Republic and the
So I
potential
found,
upcoming James Mangold movie Dawn of the Jedi.
yeah, so I
Mm,
found an official timeline, the new timeline from Disney. Starts with Dawn of the Jedi, Old Republic, High Republic, which is what we call the Galactic, the
mm-hmm.
Fall of the Jedi, the Reign of the Empire,
Yeah.
the Age of Rebellion, the New
Mm,
Republic, Rise of the First Order, and the New Jedi Order. So if they're referring to it using the Galaxy slang, it would be the High Republic era. If they're referring to it using the official names, it would be the Old
Yeah,
Republic era. So there
which
is kind of that wiggle
and
room
then
there.
on Wikipedia, Wikipedia, the Gala, it says the Old Republic is was a period of time thousands of years before the First Order and Resistance wars. Um, and the era began after the dawn of the Jedi era, um, and the Galactic Republic went from between 2500 BBY and 19 BBY. And 19 BBY is right um, right when Order 66 happened, and
All that fun stuff.
and the fall of the Republic going into the First
Yeah.
Galactic Empire. So that
I mean, all that to say,
all that to say
there's a
is
lot of speculation
we don't know.
and ambiguity. Yeah.
Of speculation, there are 8 planned episodes in this series. Currently 4
Yeah.
have released.
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen in the next 4 episodes?
We will learn more detail, but they're still gonna keep it vague. The reason why they
Yeah,
are gonna
'cause,
keep
like-
it vague is so then, ooh, they said it can
Like
be a
season-
limited series. It's probably gonna be multiple series, multiple seasons of it. So they've got to still keep some of the quote unquote secrets a secret, so people could be like, because it can be a different adventure, but you kind of still want to keep the behind the scenes.
Yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
do you think they will, they will tell us the origin of the planets? Do you think that's a
I
possibility
think
in
they'll keep
this?
that a secret.
I think
Mhm.
they would keep that a
For now, at least.
secret, but maybe give hints to it with
Mm.
maps and try to like make it so
Yes.
fans have to think about it. Because if
Yeah.
And like that kind of ties in with what I was thinking. They might, because they have the coordinates of every other at a planet.
Yeah.
Aren't they all? Aren't, English is failing me right now.
They are all the
Aren't they
same.
all at, and then the planet starts with A?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it seems
So
like it.
I think they may use those coordinates to maybe start exploring other planets,
Mm-hmm.
see
so
And
what happened on there when they were destroyed.
yeah. So that raises the question, kind of, is At Atten the only one that's actually like important? You know, because it allegedly has treasure, right? Hidden treasure. But
yeah.
that would
I
mean
think-
that none of the other ones do, right? Because
I think all of them had treasure. The other ones were just found and plundered already.
mm,
Hence
so why did the
in,
captain?
at Akron, hence why there they were fighting over a destroyed city.
And possibly why the barrier is gone. You know.
Yes,
Okay.
you were saying. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Wait, are you talking to Tiger? Or...
Now it's on with you. But we
Okay.
feel whatever Tiger was saying.
Yeah. So the captain, he had SM-33 destroy the coordinates of At Atten,
So
but why wouldn't he destroy the other ones too? Probably because they had already plundered them, right? Or
Yeah.
or went
had been
there.
plundered before. Yeah.
And then why he wanted Atten destroyed is because no one could follow him there. He would have it all to himself.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it appears that he was murdered in his ship shortly before the ship crashed, and whoever murdered him was killed.
Yeah. That's like the most likely
Mhm.
I don't know theory.
If
So sorry, Tiger, you were starting to say something multiple times.
if you see at the screen, we have this image that popped up.
Mm-hmm.
That was shown in the last episode, and some people went and took the Arabash and translated it, and kind of figured out what it is. But what's more
Half of it is gibberish, I can tell you that.
Yes. But what's more interesting is the the symbols,
The actual tapestry.
the hooded figures, which I'm thinking it's either something to do with the Sith or the Jedi.
Yeah, those are like the only
Because
two
of the
hooded
hooded
figures that.
Kind of hard to look at
yeah.
it sideways, though.
Ah, that's true.
Unless you just want to casually break your neck going like, um,
Uh, there you go.
I sorry, can't rotate it.
That's okay,
nah, darn.
man. But anyways, what were we saying?
Theorizing. Um, we were theorizing.
Yeah. So obviously that means, I mean,
And
the Jedi or the Sith are
yes,
behind it.
but then also,
So that tapestry,
SM-33 knows where the coordinates are. It's somewhere in his memory.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think KB might try to access that
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Now that
use
he's
that
turned off.
to,
And they could
although
maybe.
even if she tries to access his memory, would he would he still have enough consciousness in his memory to try to fight her?
That's the that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Um. Maybe I. So yeah, there might be some backlash, but also he's an old droid with a mouse in his head, so seems far fetched.
Looking at the tapestry there, it's also kind of reminiscent of the painting that we saw in Fern's
Home.
house,
Yeah.
where it's like the the humanoid, Ithorian, and whatever species Neil is,
Yeah.
were all
So
like standing in one
Oh.
area.
Yeah, you're right.
Which reminds me of the statue on Akron. Will we ever learn what that statue is of?
Hmm.
and then
Because if all the planets are the same, does theirs have a statue, or was that something that was different on
maybe
there?
Or is
maybe
that like
it's something
something that comes up later in the planet's life?
Yeah.
maybe
Oh, another thing I just realized there are no security droids.
yeah. So
Mm.
maybe the security droids got overran.
Yeah, killed off.
Hmm.
Like the
Or
authority
maybe
was.
if it's the experiments that are doing it the same but slightly different, those droids are what have allowed At-Aten to survive for so long.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's also
So
true.
it also like has some feel like probably something to do with the mortis or
Hmm.
Hmm.
the wills of the force in the Clone Wars arc with
Oh yeah,
so maybe something to do with that and the false deities.
Yeah.
could be.
So but I am not sure. I think the next episode will tell us more or make us even more confused.
Yeah.
That's
But
the two options.
I feel like
Hit or miss.
I feel like we should call it here. Um so
As always, remember to like and subscribe.
if you're
Hmm.
listening on any of our audio platforms, Spotify or the other ones we are on, please make sure to rate us. It helps their algorithms tell you other people about it. But if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. Or
And don't forget, join our Discord.
you, or you can
Oh
find
yeah.
us at House of Vizsla on YouTube. And join the Discord. May the Force be
Yep.
with
See you guys.
you.